How's it going, everybody? Yeah, Mr. Poestyle here, and we're gonna do an unboxing that I promised you last week would be coming, and the day has come. But first and foreskin, I would like to take a moment here to thank everybody. I've had people reach out to me, Facebook and on here, to wish me well. I was in the hospital the last 4 days, Tuesday through today, down in downtown Pittsburgh. It was planned. It's some testing. I've had some problems going on for the last year with some lightheadedness and crazy stuff going on. They've checked the heart, they've checked the lungs, they've checked the guts in the last few years. Neurologist checked me on a short test. Well, this week was my visit to the EMU. And I was stuck in bed from Tuesday morning until today, Friday morning. And when I say bed, I use that term lightly. I was in the EMU. That's the epilepsy monitoring unit. My neurologist doesn't know what's going on with me. They thought maybe the bouts that I was having with blurry vision, lightheadedness, and that kind of stuff that comes on might have been some form of seizure. Not so sure at this point. Don't think it is, but at least it's something we got checked out. But I'm stuck in this tiny bed. I'm 6'4", 280 pounds. So they had to move the footboard out. It was adjustable. But since it's an epilepsy unit, and in case you have a seizure, those bed rails are pretty tight, especially for a fat ass like me. And they have cushions on them, and you're stuck in that bed. You have a zillion conductors, wires on your head. They wrap that with gauze. It's brought down to a monitor that most of the time is on your chest. When you're just laying there, sometimes you can take it off, but be careful not to hit the alert button on it. I did that once or twice by accident, one time on purpose, because I was having an episode of whatever it was. But there's no place to move, and I'm a side sleeper, and that's really not possible. So you're stuck in that bed the entire 4 or 5 days that you're there for these things. You hit the nurse call when you got to go pee-pee, poo-poo. And they come and they let you out. You're locked into it. There's bed rails that you are locked into with mats on them. The only thing you can do is watch TV, look at your phone, play whatever handheld you brought. I brought my Switch, but most importantly, I brought my Atari Flashback Portable, and I got a billion ROMs on there too, on the SD card. So that passed my time, and watching several billion reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond, the Andy Griffith Show, The King of Queens, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, watching the Ghost guys on the Travel Channel, whatever I could find to pass the time. Didn't get to watch a bunch of my favorite YouTubers' videos because I was just, the way I felt and the lack of sleep I was getting there, it was hard to watch it on my little screen on my phone and really pay attention. And which sucks, because that's something I look forward to every night, is watching my favorite YouTubers. And speaking of which, a couple of them reached out to me on Facebook, hoping that I was okay while I was in the hospital. Chris the Atari Creep, Brian from Brian's Man Cave, thank you so much. I'm out. I'll have the results back in 2 weeks. They're going to have 4 days of brainwave activity to study, and also I was monitored on camera 24/7 while I was there, so they need to watch all of that and get back to me. But from what one of the doctors, they had a team of doctors come in to talk to me each day, he doesn't think that it sounds like seizures or epilepsy. They're going to look anyway to see what it is. If nothing else, it's one more thing to rule out. But it's been a trying couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago tonight, my best friend from when I was 10 passed away. Died in a tragic, horrific car accident. And he's been my best friend since I was 10, but he lives in Texas now. He lived in Texas and I lived here. We hadn't seen each other in a few years, but we were constantly talking through text messages, Facebook, sharing links to all the great 80s Star Wars stuff, Teen Wolf, Back to the Future, A-Team, everything you can think of. You know, the 80s were us. And so I actually got to talk to his brother Scotty while I was in, and we talked for at least 2 hours on the phone about the old days, you know, and trying to comfort each other. And Scotty is my best friend too. Jeff and Scott were my best friends growing up, and also my older brother's best friends. You know, we did everything with these guys, so it's really hit us hard. And with the health issues I have, it's been a rough couple weeks. It's been a rough year. I want to thank you for reaching out to me. And I know the last time I brought up, I think it was a video about my favorite games. As people didn't want to hear about the accident my friend had. I actually lost 3 subscribers on that video, which to me, this is therapeutic for me. I do this channel not for views. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you lose subscribers, you lose subscribers. To me, this is my getaway where I don't have to bother the people in my life here at home about these things. They know. They feel bad for me. There's only so much you can do. I don't want people to feel bad for me. I want to remember my buddy, my best friend Jeff, in the greatest light, because when I was growing up from age 10 on, he was everything. We did everything with each other because of each other, you know. The growing pains, everything. And I understand people don't want to hear that, but I did that video for me, my favorite NES game, because of Jeff getting me that game for one of my birthdays back in the day. But yeah, I did have some of you reach out to me, and I appreciate it 100%. You guys are the greatest. So I sit and wait. I returned to work. I had to take a vacation week, which kind of sucks. I took my Christmas week so that I wasn't missing work and getting in trouble for this test. Christmas this year, I had a big video plan, big videos planned, because it will be 36 years since I got my NES. Is it 36? 35. I got it in 86. And 30 years since I got my Super NES. Those were both Christmas gifts for me, my 7th grade and my senior year of high school. I still plan on doing videos on that, but I'm not going to have the whole week of just nothingness aside from holiday parties, which we don't really party. Okay, the holidays at home with the wife and kids and the in-laws and my parents and whatnot. But I'll still get videos out on that. Those were my 2 favorite Christmas presents of all time, aside from the 2600 that I got in Christmas of '82. So we'll get to what I got here. And as I said before, I knew I was going to be in the hospital. This was planned a little bit ahead of time. And I did the unboxing of the other part of this that I got from another person on eBay. This one here, I knew it was supposed to be delivered on Tuesday. I was hoping against hope that I would have got it last Saturday and I was going to do a video on it. I knew it wouldn't come on Monday. That was Labor Day, so, you know, U.S. holiday, it wasn't going to come. It came Tuesday, and I got the email alert that I was getting this box Tuesday while I was in the hospital. So it came. My wife, in her true fashion, saw it was an Amazon box and opened it and just kind of threw it there. Actually, she forgot to even mention it when I got home from the hospital, but I saw it laying here. I knew exactly what it was. It's not from Amazon. Something I got off of eBay. So let's get to it. Now that I'm already 900 hours into the video, hey, hopefully you skipped ahead if you don't care about my sappy shit. But look at this shirt. Just look at the shirt. Maybe you just looked at the shirt for 10 minutes, huh? 9 minutes. Here is the box. I'll do a wide pan for this, huh? A wide one. Here's my box. It's not my box. I don't have a box. I got a wiener, not a vagina. We got this from this here fella, Corey R. Gilbert. I won this on eBay. Usually, these days when I go on eBay, I do the buy it now option for stuff. Don't feel like somebody's sniping me or feeling like maybe the buyer, seller. The seller has friends that are sniping you at the last minute to bring it up. But I saw it. The other prices were kind of up there for buy it now. The other auctions were already up there. I don't remember the exact price. I think it was $20 opening bid, and it was going to end in a couple days. So I said, why not? And of course, at some point when I was at work that week, a day or two into it after I did it, but a day or two before the auction ended, somebody got me for, my maximum bid was the minimum bid, $20. And I think it was also $10 shipping and handling, something like that. So no biggie. Somebody got me for the extra 50 cents. I didn't know how high they put it. I think I bumped it up to $30. It wasn't that high. Sure, in the end, I won it for like $21.50, $22, and then the $10 or $11 shipping and handling, whatever I said there. But here it is. And we open it up here, and hopefully there's room for you to see here. I haven't even looked at it myself, but I know what it is. Giant bubbles. And, you know, they don't have the original box anymore, but they had the original styrofoam that it came in, which I'm fine with. Now, it should be in working condition. We'll find out. I haven't tested it yet. I really hope that it is, because I hope to start some videos on this soon. And that is the ActionMax. It's a VCR system. So you can see we got the gun. We got the sensor, hopefully with a suction cup that you stick to your television down in the lower right-hand corner. And the system, which isn't really a system, keeps count of your hits. The system itself is your VCR, which I do have. I have a VCR down there with my Atari 5200 hooked up to it to an HD television. I know I don't have much room. I'm going to have to move it over to my CRT where I have my TurboGrafx, Sega Master System, my NES, my everything. You know, my ColecoVision, my 7800, my 2600. They're all hooked to that. I'm going to have to move it. I have the 5200 hooked through it. There's a burp. And there's another burp. I also have the Sega Genesis with Model 2 with the Sega CD 32X sitting on top of that VCR. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move all that. Just hook it up to the TV, but I want to do it. So this is the system itself. This is the ActionMax. And this is pretty much complete, I think. I don't remember what all was packaged in. I don't have, it looks like the headphones aren't in here. And of course the box itself, it's just the styrofoam. Here's your ActionMax. I'm guessing this is your on and off, and I don't know, there's switches here. There's other videos out there telling you what they are. I haven't really done my research yet. You got your knobs. And back here you have, so this is for sound from your VCR. This has a speaker in it that is just for your pew-pew sounds. They did sell an adapter to plug into the wall, sold separately. I did not have that. That's probably hard to find. That was something that was sold separately back in the day. So a lot of people might not have had it. But here you have your battery compartment. Hopefully it's not all corroded. And it's not. It's fresh and new. It's going to be 4C batteries. I think I have those laying around. If not, I'll run out and get them. Of course, I'm going to have to before we shoot any footage here. But you put your batteries in there. You hook this to your VCR. It's full motion video at its finest, 1987, and I will admit, 87, I was nothing but a lover of the NES and the graphics, and I thought this looked cheesy. I saw the commercials for it, and I'm just like, that looks cheesy. You know, this kid's playing this VCR tape, and he's shooting at stuff, and it's like, there was so much more with even the Atari back then, right? The Atari made a comeback. Under 50 bucks, 50 bucks. Oh, isn't that nice? The fun is back. Oh, yes, sirree. It's the 5200 from Atari. But I had the NES going, and then that was the bee's knees. Not to sound like a geezer, which I am, 48 years old. But I didn't see games that I wanted. Platformers, adventure games. I saw the commercials for this in the evening when I'm watching whatever, G.I. Joe or He-Man or Voltron or whatever, I don't know, when I'd come home from school. And I thought, that's cheesy to me. And I thought the same thing when Sega CD came out. They could have done so much more with that system. The full motion video stuff didn't do it for me. I rented a Sega CD system with just Sewer Shark and that sealed the deal for me. I wasn't going to pay that kind of money for that kind of game. Now I find it campy. It was a niche thing. They could have done so much more with the Sega CD. They could have gave us some great platformers, adventure games, RPGs, and they just really, for the most part, didn't. But this is something to have in my collection. I don't care about fancy boxes for my collection. I care about having something that I can play. So, hoping that this works when I hook it up to my handy dandy VCR and my CRT. There's some kind of writing somebody did on here. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that number means. It looks like it's 490 something, blah, blah, blah. There's no way somebody paid that much for it. You can see these ports back here. It tells you that you can mute this itself. This is where you hook in your light gun. And it's just a cheap fill-in light gun. It just feels like any garbage gun that you would pick up at the Kmart back in the day to pretend you were shooting your friends. You know, hopefully it works. Here's my sensor, and if it doesn't have the suction cup, I don't know what I'll do. Now it is stuck. People, you know, they said it worked. It is stuck to the styrofoam like a motherfucker. The suction cup is there. There's weird looking melt marks. The wire itself is not exposed. It does have styrofoam stuck to it, like it must have been stored in some heat somewhere. Styrofoam is stuck to it. Hopefully I get this bad boy working. If not, it didn't cost that much, but it would suck if it didn't. But it's been in this styrofoam for a while. It is melted in. You can see the indentation. We'll hook it up and see, but you stick this to your television, made in Hong Kong, down in the corner, and it'll start blinking when you need to shoot shit. And that's what we'll do. We will shoot shit. This is your cord to plug into your VCR. Looks like it's fine. If not, I know that I have several of these laying around. It doesn't have the headphones. I have headphones. I don't need the headphones to play this. They say it works. I hope it works. There it is. Your ActionMax. And this came with one video game / VCR tape. Hopefully it's in good condition. I don't know. That is The Rescue of Pop's Ghostly Live Action Stereo Sound ActionMax video game. This is the one that has the ghost puppets that you're going to be shooting at. Probably would have been a game that I would have played back then if I didn't think it was so cheesy and would have bought it. And by the way, this system was by Worlds of Wonder, as I said in my last video about it. You know, David Crane, Activision fame. I believe he was one of the founders. I need to look that up again. Him and a few other of them fellers. Worlds of Wonder was also responsible for Teddy Ruxpin, a demonic possessed bear. I think they also had some kind of weird looking caterpillar, and they talked when you put a cassette tape in, or you could put your Ozzy Osbourne tape in there and they could sing it for you, maybe. I don't know. I didn't have one. But they made my favorite, and that was the laser tag guns back in the day. Said it in the last video. My brother, my friend Scotty, and I had laser tag. My brother had the G.I. Joe version, but they were all compatible. Worlds of Wonder was great, but then they went bankrupt. Pop's Ghostly, he sent me with this. Now, that was not the original pack-in game with this. That is Blue Thunder. And that is the only game that I don't have. This is the most complete collection that I have out of all the collections. You know, I have like 200 NES games, you know, so many 5,200 games, 2,600. This is the closest I am because there are only 5 VHS tapes out for it. There are only 5 games out for it. Now, they were going to have Fright Night as the 6th game, and it never happened. That probably would have actually been cool. That was a cool film. Pretty sure it was going to be a tie into that. Didn't happen. But Blue Thunder, that wasn't the pack-in game. Blue Thunder was the 5th game. Harder to get. And I did find it recently at auction on eBay, and it was already over $100 before, way before the auction was going to end. So I probably won't ever have a complete collection because I'm not going to do that. The only way I will is if I do a DVD-R and download the images for all of these and play it through a DVD player. Probably won't do that. Once I take a look at these things, it'll probably just sit in my collection and not get played, honestly. They'll get played once, probably. But that's okay. I like cool stuff. I do buy stuff for my collection to play and not look at, for the most part. But this was something interesting, niche, that I wanted to look into. And actually, this is the first one I have that is fully rewound. So someone was kind, someone rewound, or else they just never played it at all in the first place. Yeah, that wasn't the pack-in game, Blue Thunder, but that's the harder one to get. But I got this with it. The person was selling it with this. And, you know, the other unboxing I did shows the other 3 games that I have. And actually, the first pack-in game, the game that you saw in the commercials from the beginning, that was Sonic Fury. That was the original pack-in game. For whatever reason, it didn't come with this. I got the ActionMax first with Pop's Ghostly. Bought these from a separate seller. We negotiated. He had it sitting there for a while. We negotiated, so I got these 3 for a decent price. So, with these 4, I'm 1 away from a full collection. Full collection, it's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. But since I read the back of all 3 of these, I'll read the back of this. Stick around if you want to. If you don't, hey, disappear. It's alright. I hope you come back for the next video. The rescue of Pop's Ghostly. Rid the house of unwelcome ghoulish guests. Pop Ghostly and his family desperately need your help. Pop's moms, and their son live in a nice quiet suburban neighborhood. They're peaceful folks, and the only house they haunt is their own. But there has been a change. Ghastly characters have suddenly invaded their home. Ghoulies, goblins, and ugly, ugly creatures appear everywhere. Everywhere! Over there, behind the couch, look out! They're hurling balls of ectoplasm. Upstairs, the attic is full of them. Won't you help, Pops, please? Please? 1987. Worlds of Wonder. And that's it. We'll get to some video gameplay once I get this hooked up to my VCR, get it moved over to my CRT, make room for it. We'll play it as long as it plays, as long as it shoots. You know, hopefully there's no big damage there, because all it has to do is keep track of my score, my hits. And, well, that's about it. That's my unboxing, my ActionMax with Pop's Ghostly. I got Sonic Fury, Hydro Sub 2021, and 38 Ambush Alley to try out on there. And again, it'll more than likely be separate videos for all 4 of these games once I get to them. I'm hoping soon, because my vacation will be over come Monday. Back to 58-hour work weeks. Back to the grind. So I'll try to get these out when I can. We'll check them out together. But, you know, like I said, at the time when I was a kid, I was a teenager, 14 years old in 87, when I'm seeing the commercials for this, I thought it looked cheesy as hell. Now, 80s cheesy as hell retro shit is kind of funny, kind of cool, kind of having the collection, in my opinion. So, ActionMax. Fingers crossed it works. And we'll hook her up and we'll get her done. Thanks for watching, guys. Not sure if this will be what the next video is on. Maybe, hopefully. I keep saying that I'm going to play Laser Ghost on the Sega Master System, which is also a phaser light gun game. Still haven't got around to that. Still got Vigilante Lane here for the Sega Master System. Still want to touch on some Turbo Graphics and get some more Atari 5200 and 7800 games. It will come together eventually. We'll get to it. But thank you for watching. Thank you for all the well wishes and concern. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you, guys. 100%. Like I said, this is my therapy, and it works for me. being able to talk about the good times, my favorite games, and new to me stuff here that I've never touched before. So please come back. We'll see you in the next video. Let me know down below, did you have an ActionMax or that weird Captain Planet VCR type games that were similar? There was a few others out there. Did you like them? Were you curious? Did you think they looked cheesy like I did? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh, no biting. Oh, Nacho, stop.